May I say he's our very own TVJ journalist, former student of Calabar High School, and now the recipient of the Prime Minister's Youth Award. I'm speaking about none other than our Romardo Lyons. Good morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's awesome to have you, Romardo. Talk to me a little bit about growing up and what brought you into this journey of media.
Well, I grew up in Tivoli Gardens, the community they refer to as the mother of all garrisons.
Yes.
And I would have experienced the Tivoli Gardens incursion, in 2010.
Wow.
I just started Calabar High School at that time. So a lot of the things I experienced during that tumultuous period would have piqued my interest in journalism. At that time, I wasn't calling it journalism, but more so news and writing and sharing the truth.
Yeah.
Because we would have heard a lot of things happening in the community at that time.
And you lived there wondering, wait.
Like what?
Yes.
So I wanted to tell stories. And as I say, tell the truth about people who are in unfortunate situations that can't necessarily speak up for themselves.
Wow.
And even before that, I had an interest in words and poems and things like that. So I guess it all aligned.
That's so beautiful. So you narrowed in on your purpose and went straight for it.
Yes.
Yes. I must add he's an award-winning poet. Can I say that? So he is a man of many words. What was the groundwork like for someone like you who decided that? Because it's not like you kind of stumbled into it. You decided that this is what I wanted to do. What was the groundwork like for you getting into media?
Well, it started at Calabar High School. There were subjects we were exposed to. So, for example, I was among the second batch of students at the school to do a subject like digital media at the Cape level. So that would have exposed me to the technical parts of journalism, filming. I'm not doing that now, but it still gave me an idea, the filming, taking pictures, selecting shots.
Beautiful. And
of course, the necessary subjects to strengthen critical thinking, the literature, English language. And from there, we had, when you're finished with school and it's time to matriculate to the tertiary level, we speak with people ahead of us as it relates to the approach we should take, so going to university, what are the channels we should go through. For example, I remember a teacher telling me about Carmack. At that time, I had no idea what Carmack was, but I was, put in the right direction. And as I say, everything just kind of fall into place. Went to Carmack. The 3 years flashed by so quickly.
Yes.
Some days I still think I'm at Calabar, so can you imagine university?
I know.
So, everything just played out perfectly.
Yeah.
I think this is how God wanted it.
Yeah, well, listen, you're a two-time Young Journalist of the Year and Sports Journalist of the Year for print category in 2021. Is sports what you've always wanted to do?
No, I'm interested in sports.
Yeah.
And that was when I was at the Observer. So, I had the freedom to, just do a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to the Observer for that. And so I did a bunch of stories, and when it was time for the awards, I just submitted. I wasn't expecting anything. So when I won, you can imagine my surprise for someone who was on the news desk to win that award. So, and it's a very interesting story in that mix as well. I'm sure everyone remembers the situation with Hansel Parchment and the Japanese girl who would have given him the money to get to the stadium. So when he shared that on his IG, I actually found the girl's page and I was trying to interview her and she was like, she doesn't understand English. And I told her that I knew Japanese. I didn't. I used a translator app and just, translated my questions and sent them. So, So
you got the story. Yeah, that's what journalists do. So that's print. Now you're here. What are the differences for you as a journalist and what are the exciting things about being here?
Well, the transition from print to broadcast is it's a massive jump.
Yeah.
In print, you write your stories and the most you say about those are... So one of my biggest transitions would be voicing the stories. Yeah. Because with print, the most you'll say is...
Your words are your voice.
And the most you'll say is when you're reading over, trying to pick up on errors, you have to say it in your mind. So now having to say it, I feel like it's a lot of pressure. Sometimes it can be very daunting because you're trying to pronounce everything perfectly. You're trying to get people's names right. So that's one of the biggest things. But, you know, there are the perks because you have this avenue now where more people are noticing your work.
Yes.
More people are seeing the stories, and so the impacts are far greater.
Yeah, and you're using the visuals too to tell what you want to say. Prime Minister Youth Awardee, how does that feel?
It feels great.
Yeah.
I've had that questions a lot since the award, and it's the same response.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy, grateful. I told someone recently that in the moment when I heard my name, you know, I was just reflecting on everything. Struggles in university, struggles in the community, growing up. And, you know, I have to hold myself and say, nobody go up, they go ball, you know.
Balling is good.
Nobody ball in front of the Prime Minister.
You ball when you go home?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, man, it's such a surreal feeling. I'm very grateful. And as I told someone before as well, I feel like it's such a big thing for my community, you know, to show people that it's not where you're from, it's where you're going, and you don't have to care what people say about you. It's what you have in your mind and what you want to achieve. So once you work towards that, nobody can stop you. It's
interesting because one of the things we were talking about on our social media, Neville and I, is the way people will ascribe behavior or ascribe success to students depending on what school they attend and the communities that they're from. And you're sitting here as a testament to hard work and determination can get you there. What do you say to young people who are watching now? I see a lot of them and them say, I want to be in the media about getting to where you are today, Romardo.
Well, as it relates to media, you know, a lot of people are misguided. I'm not saying this like to bash anyone.
No, but that's true.
Misguided, you know, they think media is just being on TV and everybody knowing you and knowing your name and knowing your face. But it's a lot of work, a lot of late nights, a lot of things you have to sacrifice, you know, to put in the work. Going places, sitting down with people, you know, listening to them to tell their stories properly. Because you can tell a story, but it's important that you tell it properly. So it's a lot of hours you have to put in. And even at the university level, assignments to kill. You probably have a party you want to attend, but exams coming up, so you have to make a decision. Do I miss out on all that excitement and just buckle down and focus on the end goal? So it's not an easy road, but it's something you're interested in and passionate about. Just put in the work, and maybe one day you'll receive the Prime Minister's Award for excellence in journalism. Yeah,
put in the work and let the blocks build themselves. Because, you know, a lot of them, when I talk to them, the first question is, how me can come on TV? And I say, oh, wow.
There's more
so quickly you want to get there. It's a lot. And you are there. What are the visions and plans for Romardo? Where do you want to take it from here?
Well, I'll stick to short term because each day I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yes.
I'll say short term, and I'm going to try to not be as specific as possible.
You can't say you want Mr. Walker job, you know. Milton, you can't say it. It's all right, you can't say it.
My name make me have to resign.
No, you know. You can't say it.
Short term, and this is as basic as possible, really and truly, I just want to continue growing in the profession, learning as much as possible. You know, as you would have said, I'm transitioning from print to broadcast. So obviously I don't know everything. Some days I go in the studio to voice my story, I'm nervous. I'm tripping over the words, trying to sound conversational and not be monotonous. So I'm just trying to grow. I want to make myself proud, my family proud, my community proud. My school, of course, big up Calabar, can't leave without saying that. So I'm just trying to grow and learn and remain humble and allow God to, you know, order my steps.
Listen, you've got it. You have the attitude, you have the skills, you have the dream, and you will realize it. And any day you walk into that studio and don't feel nervous enough to check yourself, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Oh, what an awesome young man. We are so blessed to have him, TVJ journalist and Prime Minister's Youth Awardee, Romardo Lyons. I should have made him read one of them poems for you this morning. I see the, yeah, we're going to break? Yeah. All right, Clive. I'm reading. What? Yes.
carry